Yeah, Gibbers me is now going to attack me for 9 points. I'm on 6 HP. Oh, deal 5 damage. I'm on 1 HP. Oh god, yeah,
Well played.
I'm a goner. Hello, Geek and Geekettes, and welcome back to another edition of the Geekstation with me, Mr. Sinn Sinny, and today we are looking at the wonderful new game from Blizzard called Hearthstone. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is a new collectible card game, very much in the same vein as real games. I'd say real games, actual hard games that you can hold in your hand, real life, actual non-computer pixelated games like they used to be. Games like Magic the Gathering, Digimon, Pokemon, all those types of kind of collectible card games where you select or you collect a group of cards, you make a deck, and then you battle other people. Well, this is effectively a collectible card game set in the world of Warcraft. It's called Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. And I, in this video, shall attempt to show you a little bit about it, a little bit about what the game is, and this is all in preparation for the first annual Hearthstone Geekstation tournament. No, the first annual Geekstation Hearthstone tournament, that's the one, which will be coming this weekend, where all the members of the Geekstation Towers and a couple of our friends, we're all going to do battle. We've got group stages and we've got finals, and hopefully it should provide you with a little bit of entertainment. So let me dive straight into the game, show you what it's about, and then I'll show you a match. And if you're interested, this game is free to play. Some might argue pay to win, but we'll come back to that. And you can go out and try it for yourself. So, easiest way to show you, probably, is we'll start here. So, when you boot up the game, to start with, you'll only have the mage, but as you go through the game, it's very easy, you can unlock all these heroes. Now, you'll recognise these heroes if you have played any form of Warcraft, or if you've seen any videos to do with Warcraft, because these are the classic classes of Warcraft. The memories that this game brings back from playing Warcraft is incredible, and you'll see as well some of the names, they're all the same, they're all from lore. You know, we've got Uther the Lightbringer, he's the paladin, you know, I mean, it's Warcraft all over. And the sounds and the minions and everything is all Warcraft. So what you do is you pick your character, and then as you go through the game, you unlock cards. Now you can also buy these, and I'll show you the shop in a second. And this is the collection of cards. This is my collection of cards. So you have, it's broken down into 2 lots. You have class-specific cards, and these are cards that can only be used by your class for whatever reason. So these are all the druid cards here, and then we move on to the hunter cards. We've got the mage, then the paladin, priest, rogue, shaman, warlock, and finally the warrior. Now, oh, hang on, that's just Jordan. That's Kingsley. Let me just type this in. Incredibly unprofessional. There we go. So yeah, I favour a couple of classes over a couple of others. So I favour things like the druid, the hunter, and the rogue at the moment, which I'm really getting into. So I have more cards for those than I do for others. But as you go through, as you level the characters up, you unlock more of these cards, which can be used by your chosen hero. After you've unlocked those cards, you also have all these other ones. Now, I think I'm right in saying that as of the first release of the game, this game was released officially last week. It's been in open beta for a couple of months and closed beta before that. I believe there are 219 of these cards, not including the class-specific ones, but just the basic ones that anyone can access. I believe there are 219 of them. Now, I, by any stretch of the imagination, do not have nearly all of them at all. In fact, there's quite a few that I'm actually missing. I can actually show you the ones I'm missing by going into this, because one of the things that this game, all the ones that are greyed out you see here, they're the ones I don't have. So there's quite a few cards that I still have to collect. It is a collectible card game, but I've got a relatively nice collection to begin with. Now you can win cards by either entering the arena, which I'll talk about very briefly at the end, or you can buy them. Now this is where the pay to win part kind of comes in a little bit. Now you can just get packs by paying 100 gold, and you get gold, as you see down here, by winning matches. Now there's every 3 matches you win, you will receive 10 gold, and then on top of that you also have daily kind of quests, and they'll give you an additional gold. So at the moment, if I complete this one, I will get 40 gold. And a pack costs 100 gold. Now in a pack there are 5 cards, and they say that at least 1 card will be rare or better. So it's kind of good value. You have to, if you do it that way, you have to grind. You have to grind really, really hard in order to get this up to, 100 gold. But that's where you do them. If you want to put real money into it, like I used to spend goodness knows how much money on Magic the Gathering cards, for example. God, I spent a lot of money on those cards. You can do so, as you can see in the prices here. I mean, 40 packs is the most expensive, costs you £35, but it does give you a lot of cards. And the way that I look at it, I have put money into it. So I bought a 7-pack deal here for £6.99. The way that I look at it is that if you were to buy a full release game, you would spend anywhere from, well, let's say £7 all the way up to £35. Now, because this is free to play, you can still play it, obviously, without putting any money into it. But I thought, well, actually, I'm going to be playing this a lot. I'm not a massive fan of the free-to-play / pay-to-win models. And to be honest with you, a lot of free-to-play games I end up putting some money into anyway, just to enhance the enjoyment, just to maybe give myself an edge. But if anything, the way I see it, as I say, is that a lot of free-to-play games are free-to-play. If they weren't, you'd probably pay £15 to £20 up front for them anyway. So putting a little bit of money into a collectible card game doesn't seem too unfair, in inverted commas, to me anyway. So you can buy cards, as I say, I bought some, but you can also unlock them. Now the best way to unlock them is when you get 150 gold, you can go into the arena. Now unfortunately I can't show you the arena right now because I haven't got enough money to go into, but in a nutshell, for 150 gold, you get to create a random deck out of a selection of all the available cards, which is really nice. And then you battle other people who are in the same boat as you. So it's not as though you're battling against someone that might perhaps have all the really good cards and you've only just started. It's a level playing field. And at the end of that, you are guaranteed at least 1 pack of cards. And depending on how many wins you get, you can win extra cards, you can win more cards, you can win more gold and stuff. And a few other things which I won't talk about in this video. I will go on and talk about perhaps in a later video, or maybe Kings or Stevie T might take it over, because this game has consumed us, I have to say. Here at Geekstation Towers we've been playing a lot of this. So anyway, so that's a really brief overview of the game. I mean, when you have all your cards here, you can then create your own custom decks. Now all of these decks here are custom. This is my rogue deck. This is the deck that I'm going to show you in a second. And you can just add cards. You can kind of take cards out and add them as and when. So if you, like, for example, if you unlocked a really, really cool card, you're like, oh yeah, I really want that one. You can take it out of your deck like that, and then you can put it back into your deck, or, you know, choose a different card to put in, whatever. And then you take your decks, and then you take them out into the world and battle other people, and that is what we're going to go and do now. Now this is my first game of the day, so this this may end up, I'm not too sure, this may end up being quite good, or it might end up being a bit shocking. Let's do battle. Here we go. Now I'm going to take my rogue deck into battle, and you will see what the game is about. There is a certain element of luck. I would say it's probably almost about 50-50. You either get the cards and you can play a good game, or you don't get the cards and it doesn't matter how good you are, you can't play. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, this is the first screen here. This is the board. Now, all of these boards I'll go into a little bit more detail as the match progresses. But to start with, you get 4 cards in your hand, and you get to select any ones that you want to discard. Now I'll be going first, so I only get 3 cards, but I will draw another card. I actually quite like that. It's actually quite a nice starting hand for the rogue, so I'm going to keep all those cards. And I'm still waiting for the opponent. Here we go. So it's my turn first. And I've received another backstab. Now these are good cards, these 3 cards here, but they are all spell cards. And what you really want to do is play minions out on the field. They're creatures like this that have attack and defense, and you place those out on the board. Well, I'll show you as we go on. But I have one card I can play here. You'll notice in the top left corner of the cards, they have a little mana crystal. That one's 1, that one's 0, 2, and 0. That corresponds to the mana down here. Just going to end my turn so I don't keep him waiting. That goes up every turn, so as the game progresses you can play more and more powerful cards. Now if you go second you get this card called the Coin, which gains you an extra mana crystal just for one go, and it basically gives the person that's going second, you know, kind of equals out the playing field, because if you go first obviously you can sometimes, if you can play creatures first. Now, you see here, he's played 2 minions on the board, these 2 little murlocs, and unless I take them out, he is going to attack me with them next turn. Now, you can do 3 damage in total, because this is their attack and this is their defense. I'm not too worried about that just yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this Novice Engineer here, and that also gives me, when I play a card, I get to pick up another card, which is nice, and I picked up one of these Sinister Strikes, which is deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, which is nice. Now, the object of the game is to basically whittle your hero down until his health bar here, it's currently at 30, this is mine here, gets down to 0, or less than that, obviously. And you do that by either casting spells, or, as he has very nicely demonstrated for me, by attacking with your minions that you play on the field. And obviously the minions get progressively more dangerous as the game goes on. Now I'm in a bit of a sticky situation here, because he's played 2 minions here, and I unfortunately haven't got any minions to combat him. Now I can destroy one of those minions. I could deal 2 damage to either of those. I could kill both of them actually straight away, and it wouldn't cost me any mana. But I think actually what I'm going to do is, these guys are only on 1 health, and I have a card here that says destroy my weapon and deal its damage to all enemies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my weapon out here. That's for 1. And I'm actually just going to attack this guy here. Now notice that did me 1 damage because he had 1 attack. What it has done is it's taken out an enemy minion, which is good. It means that he can't attack me. And it's also meant that now I have this weapon with a strength of 1. It means that I can play this card and I can kill that little murloc there. I was hoping that he would play another 1 creature, but it doesn't look as though he has. He's played this stealth. Now I can't target that stealth guy until he actually attacks, which is a little bit annoying. So I do have a minion, which is nice. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one. Now he's only a 1/4. He's not very tough, but he does give me +1 spell damage, which means that I can now play that. Yeah, and that will take that out. Deals 4 damage to him. And I can attack that murloc there. I would take 2 damage though if I were to do that. I don't think I can target him now, because I don't know whether I should attack him or not, or leave it until I can play this card. I'm going to leave it. They're living on the edge a little bit, but I like to live dangerously. So says Mike Myers. So these are the boards. Now each of the boards are quite cool. Because all the boards that they have, they're all interactive. So if you look down here, you see I can squash the tomatoes here like this, and I can replant them like that. I've got a little bear-like dong here. I like letting the kite go here. There it goes, flies off. Just gives you something to play with in between turns if you're waiting for people who are taking a particularly long time to play. Now, this is interesting. A severe lack of board control. I've got this guy that whenever I play a card he gains +1/+1, so I might play that. And I can deal that. That destroys my weapon and deals its damage to all enemies. It's only going to take out him, unfortunately. Lower him down to 3. Now this is a taunt card, this guy here. Now it means that I can't attack any of his other minions or him until I've killed that. However, I can easily take it out. I'm just trying to think the best way to do it. I've got this. I'm going to deal 3 damage to him. Now, that normally deals 2 damage, but because I have this +1 spell damage, it's actually brought him down to 1, so that's good. Then I'm going to deal another 3 damage to him, like that. Then I'm going to play this card here, which deals 1 damage to all those minions there. Then I'm going to attack him. Ah, and I should have played Questing Adventurer first. Ah, silly mistake. Silly mistake. Because if I played him before I played that that card, he would now be a 3/3, and he's just going to die straight away like that. It's a silly mistake by me. It's because I'm it's because I'm chatting to you guys at the same time as playing. That's why I'm not quite in the game as much as I should be. I'm going to bring that out. I'm going to bring my daggers out as well, because that's good to have a weapon. And then I'm going to deal the enemy hero 5 damage. As I say, that card was buffed. It normally only deals 3 damage, but because I have these 2 spell damage cards out, it basically increases the damage. So I'm in a bit of an odd position here, because he's on 18, I'm on 19. So while I am still winning somewhat, just by 1 HP, I do only have 1 card left. He has 4. Oh, it's still my turn. Oh, God. I always do that. I will apologise for not pressing end turn. See, I'm getting distracted talking to you geeks and geekettes. That's what it is. Anyway, so yeah, so he's in a much stronger position. He has a lot more cards than I do. And, yeah, I think it's going to start to get a little bit hairy soon. Okay. Now I have this. This increases my weapon damage by +2. I could kill him. That would give my weapon a 3+ attack. I could kill him both with those 2, or her even I could bring down. But then of course if I attack with myself, I will take that 4 damage or that 2 damage. I do have this card, Assassinate. Was hoping to leave that for a higher, a bigger minion. I have got another card of those in my deck though. Little unsure as to what to do here, I think. I wonder. Need to take out these minions, really. So 4, 5. I think I'm going to have to destroy you like that. I'm going to attack you. Attack you. I'm going to have to take that 2 damage, I think. Such a waste of a card. What I ideally wanted to do there was pull out my daggers again for 2 mana, which would give them, because this gives them basically a 2 durability, which means I can attack with them twice. Unfortunately, because I'd attacked with them in the previous go, they only had the 1 durability. So even though I buffed it, it unfortunately died straight away. And you see, this is why I wanted the assassinates for these bigger creatures. Now, if I were to have another card here, this is one of the cards, it deals combo damage, which means it deals a second amount of damage, depending on whether I played another card. So it normally deals 3 damage. It's being buffed by this card at the moment as well. If I play another card, it would then deal 5 damage. Unfortunately, I don't have another card to play, and this doesn't count as a card. Which is rather annoying. I think this one may well be his. I just didn't get enough minions in the first couple of turns to play, and he managed to get the advantage on me. Unfortunately, it does work sometimes like that. Yeah, goodness me, he's now going to attack me for 9 points. I'm on 6 HP. Oh, deal 5 damage, I'm on 1 HP. Oh, God. Yeah,
Well played.
I'm a goner. I am definitely a goner. I can draw another card here. I can deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. I'm going to lose this one. He's won this one. I could have taken out that minion, but I'm on 1 HP, so there's not really much point. I'm going to allow him to win this one. And that's the first game. Unfortunately, it wasn't a victory. That's a shame I couldn't show you a victory, but alas, oh well. But this is Hearthstone. For me, it's a collectible card game, and I love card games, so... and I used to absolutely love games like Magic the Gathering, for example. I absolutely love those. I never really played games like Digimon or Pokemon, although a lot of other people in Geekstation here at Geekstation Towers has. So they kind of, we're all coming to it from different angles, but it's... For want of a bit, it's an interactive collectible card game that is incredibly addictive to play. I can assure you that once you start playing, you just won't want to stop. And of course, it's addictive because you have all these wonderful cards to collect, and particularly if you are a Warcraft fan, you will absolutely love it. So this has been me, Mr. Sinn Sinny, for the Geekstation. I've been showing you Hearthstone, just a very quick overview anyway. We'll be going into it in a lot more detail. I know for a fact that Stevie T and Kings want to show off their decks. I wouldn't mind kind of going in and showing you the types of cards I have for my decks and the reasons why I've chosen particular cards over other cards. And obviously, as I say, coming this weekend as well is the first annual Geekstation Hearthstone tournament, so that should be good as well. Tomorrow we're back with Kings, and he's back with continuing his Stick of Truth series, and then I am back on Thursday with some more EverQuest Next Landmark. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Adios, amigos.